back door every time. I don't want to. I feel like when it goes into him, it just runs into the barrel.
Okay, that's a result, but where are you setting the sights?
I would say.
Because I think with a righty,
it's there every
with
time.
a righty, you have it locked in, right? Like your slider, you're throwing it here, and it's like, okay, that's money.
Yeah.
And I felt like your sliders with the righties, aside from the one you got under, it's pretty much money the whole time. And then a lefty, like it took you, I think, 2 sliders to get then finally lock back in.
Like say like, I guess you could say the batter's box line. That's where I'm trying to look for. But
Okay.
I don't know, when the lefty gets in, it kind of fucks me up.
Yeah, I'll say that though. Like next bullpen, like play around with like finding a physical spot. Whether it be like, all right, I'm going to play with the catcher's left shoulder, right? So if the catcher's here, I'm going to try to throw it here. Or just tell your catcher like, hey, set up arm side, so then I could have maybe more body to kind of look to then have this come back here.
Yeah.
Like you're getting the perfect amount of like horizontal movement that we want, but like you're getting that way better with righties. And so now it's about finding like, okay, we obviously know why, because you have a physical thing to set sights to. Something that I've done with like curveballs, it's different in a game because I set them at the umpire. So like the umpire will always be open side, and so like sometimes you can literally set it like at him, but like,
that makes sense,
you know, I know how it is with same thing with me, and I got like a new slurve Johnny, and it's like I'm struggling right now, and I don't know where to set sights with the lefty. Yeah. And sometimes when I don't have that thing to set sights to, then I get under it, and it early prediction.
What about a changeup? What do you think?
I loved it.
That's all I did all season.
I loved it.
Just get it up a little bit.
I loved the biggest thing that I loved about it was that you did not baby it, and you stayed aggressive the entire time. That was something that, like, you know, we struggled with last year. Was like you'd get it and you'd be like kind of amped up to like throw it because you knew that I'm only gonna throw one a game or whatever, and then like you restricted yourself because of, you know, the uncomfortness of the pitch. It looks like you're more comfortable with it. Now the goal is like, okay, how do we get better with the consistency of like the placement? And that's another thing with me that I'm struggling with too, is like, all right, if the bottom's gonna drop out of it and we're not gonna get engagement if it starts here, then like, how's it play up here? Because we've talked about this too, like with your approach angle, your fastball in that last AB with Max, right? Yeah. Like if you look at that AB, you threw 2 changeups, right, that were down, I think, balls. But like, then you were like, oh, okay, whatever, I can throw a fastball from middle of the thigh up, and he's not going to be able to catch it. You know, because you sped him up.
But I feel like the righties, that changeup.
Your changeup's going to be better than righties.
Okay.
I know so.
Why?
Because it's just got that profile out of the hand. To me, it's going to be, I don't want to say it's going to be more swinging of a miss percentage than your slider, because the slider is obviously your best pitch. Yeah. But I like, dude, he caught all day too. If we can get really good, so if like this is the righty, if we can get really good at the consistency of your changeup being thrown like through the glove here and have it here, bro. Because now what you do is the hitter's got to appreciate this with the heater, right? And he already knows that you're a slider guy, probably your highest percentage pitch, which is great. And it's going to be somewhat over here, sometimes front hip, you know, sometimes extended. But now if you open up this,
all right, he's going to be.
But so, I mean, that's just like obviously perfect world stuff, right?
That's the thing, but I wanted that for a lefty. So what do you think, though?
I'm not saying it's going to be a bad pitch against a lefty, but I just think in terms of what righties are going to try to do to you, right? You throw hard, bro. Like you throw hard, so what they're going to do is they're going to be like, all right, quick bat, speed up, speed up. So then they're going to go, hips are going to go. And now if you can throw that changeup in a spot that is heater out of the hand, right? So now they're going, they're not going to be able to, because it's got depth. So 8 miles, I think 7 or 8 miles an hour difference, and depth, not going to be able to respect that. So it's going to make this play. But lefties, it's essentially the same thing. Throwing that slider to a righty's hip, and then you're throwing a fastball to the outer third. He's going to, So he can take away one pitch. Now that's why I'm really excited to see the changeup here, because it adds a whole new dynamic to your repertoire.
Yeah.
Right?
I just didn't think. I don't know. I just didn't think it would.
And we talked about this last year too, and this is going to create a little bit more freedom with you. I think is like it doesn't need to be like exceptionally freaking painted.
Right.
We just saw it with Max. You threw 2 ones that technically weren't.
Balls.
Yeah. Technically weren't executed pitches, but like just knowing the hitter's like, okay, he's got a changeup.
Yeah.
Shoot, he's thrown 2 of them this AB. It's 2-0.
Right.
Now you can throw a 2-0 cookie, Johnny, and it's like, I'm behind of it, foul ball, 2-1. Oh, now it get me over slider. Frick, that moved a lot. I'm 2-2. Now you're in a 2-2 count. That's an action count that you can then think about. Oh, I'm gonna freaking get punchy on this.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like that. Make sense?
Thanks.
Always, babe.